Hi, everybody, and welcome to the replay show for September 18th, Sunday here at Laurel Park. Fast and firm, the conditions here at Laurel. At post time, it was 81 degrees, a high expected in the mid-80s on Sunday afternoon during the course of the racing program. And there's a 40% chance of a thunderstorm possibly popping through the area throughout the afternoon. But fast and firm, the conditions for the opener here at Laurel Park. Looks like we'll try to escape most of the rain this afternoon. Let's get on with the 10-race card from Sunday. All right, Bus is even money, and they're off. Awkward beginning there for Bourbon and Beer. Art Boss immediately to the front. Forest Ranger and Spites Hill with speed in between runners, and Dr. Harlan rail fourth. Two more lengths in Concordia's Way, and a Haviland Man and Bourbon and Beer is last at about 10 lengths off the pace of Art Boss. Art Boss a length in front from Spites Hill and Forest Ranger out on the clear. Dr. Harlan is at the rail, and Concordia's Way tries to improve on the outside. Only four from the front as they round the far turn. Back to a Haviland Man and Bourbon and Beer in the back of the pack. 3 furlongs to go. Art Boss is the one to catch. Art Boss, here's Concordia's Way bidding up strongly on the outside. Then Forest Ranger. Spites Hill is dropped back and forth, and Dr. Harlan under a steady drive in fifth. A quarter of a mile to go. They're at the top of the stretch. Concordia's Way and Art Boss near the inside. They're in a battle through the stretch with Forest Ranger trying to pick up under a drive in third. 3 chances a furlong out from the line. Drifting Concordia's Way. Art Boss keeping straight down to the inside. Middle of the track is Forest Ranger. Forest Ranger, the one widest out, coming to Concordia's Way to grab the lead. Then Art Boss is back in third. Forest Ranger and Toledo. Forest Ranger to win it. Concordia's Way was second. Art Boss and Spites Hill and Dr. Harlan. Hour. And they're off. Even breaks Salviadoro Whiskey Sour on the inside, and here's Ground Control splitting them to show early speed too. Parsegian on the outside, My Jersey Boy, Mail Order Groom, and Senor Quickie is last. Ground Control clears now by a length. Ground Control from Whiskey Sour rails second, and Salviadoro. Parsegian's the gray. My Jersey Boy travels in fifth near the inside. Mail Order Groom is on the rail, and last of them all is back there, Senor Quickie. Only 7 lengths from first to last, with 4.5 furlongs left to go. Ground Control from Whiskey Sour. Salviadoro on the outside. It's another 2 back. Parsegian, My Jersey Boy. Racing only about 5 from the lead into the turn. Mail Order Groom and Senor Quickie with 3 furlongs left to go. It's been a steady pace for Ground Control. Leads at a half length from Salviadoro. Parsegian, Whiskey Sour fourth. My Jersey Boy is fifth to the outside. Then Mail Order Groom and Senor Quickie top of the stretch. Ground Control still with run. Ground Control in Louis Garcia takes a confident peek back and kicks away by 2-3 lengths now from Sabia Doro in second. Mail Order Groom off the inside, and Whiskey Sour is at the rail, and they're followed by My Jersey Boy. Middle of the track, Mail Order Groom down to the last furlong. Ground Control kept to task with a 3-length lead, and on the far outside, here comes Senor Quickie, who's charging hard. Senor Quickie in the photo finish with Ground Control. Sabia Doro, then My Jersey Boy. And they're off. 5 o'clock somewhere, fast out of the gate from Queeb and Sophia Sky outside racing third. Mo Fun Lady, then Bold Embraces in fifth. Length and a half more, and it's Bridgetta Rose, Pat's Courage, and Sweet Curls is last, and 8 lengths off of speed. A speed of 5 o'clock somewhere, who darted out on top and has got the lead a length and a quarter from Sophia Sky and Mo Fun Ladies. In third, Bridgetta Rose, tight quarters for Queeb, who checked hard, and it's Bold Embrace out in the clear, 3 wide turn. Pat's Courage rail, and Sweet Curls last, still 8 lengths to make up. The target is 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock somewhere from Sophia Sky and Bridgetta Rose of the pink colors, and Mo Fun Ladies at the rail trying to barge through there from 4th position. And they're followed by Pat's Courage is in 5th. Queeb has made a pretty good recovery, and next is Bold Embrace, Sweet Curls through the last 3/16 of a mile. And here's Mo Fun Lady up to grab the lead. Mo Fun Lady from 5 o'clock somewhere, and Pat's Courage mustering some courage on the outside to try to run down Mo Fun Lady. Mo Fun Lady, Pat's Courage on the outside coming. Mo Fun Lady, and Pat's Courage. And 5 o'clock somewhere was third. Time 102.60. And they're off. My Vet's a Genius fast away. Smart Dixie Jones. There's Lovely Notion. Mannequin Road speeding up on the deep outside. And Tricky Lion has moved into the fifth spot. And Sultry Encounter down inside of that one. And back to Boston Strong. And next is Lorraine's Gem near the inside. And back to Sweet Step in second last position. And King Gato is the last runner around the far turn. 11 lengths in the front. Mannequin Road coming at My Vet's a Genius. And it is My Vet's a Genius on the inside. And Mannequin Road on the outside. Head to head for the lead. Smart Dixie Jones, Sultry Encounters at the inside. They're followed by Lovely Notion and Tricky Lion. Into the stretch, My Vet's a Genius. Mannequin Road shifting in on that left lead. And here's Smart Dixie Jones out in the center of the track. And Sultry Encounters trying to come through between horses. Had to steady there. Tight quarters there for Sultry Encounter. And King Gato from dead last is rolling to the center of track to take the lead. King Gato swept by them all to win, going away. King Gato, Smart Dixie Jones. And Lorraine's Gem was in the picture too. It's King Gato in a blanket for second. San Gregorio with Louis Garcia. And they're off. Puchalunga is quickest away from Katie's Caddy and Maggie Wag at the rail. Uphill Battle's got speed of the second flight. San Gregoria and Miss Nosy last as Avalanius. It's Puchalunga quickly uphill battle now to get in that pace battle with Puchalunga into the far turn run with a half mile to go. 2 lengths back and Maggie Wag Katie's Caddy's next. And next is San Gregoria, who'll be 3 wide in the turn. Miss Nosy's got 6 lengths to make up. And another 4 back, and Avalanius is the trailer. Uphill Battle wins the pace battle with Puchalunga to get that neck in front, 2.5 furlongs out. Maggie Wag, San Gregoria, Miss Nosy tries to whip around them there from 5th past the quarter pole, unwinding with a run on the far outside. Then back to Katie's Caddy. Avalanius is the trailer into the stretch. Uphill Battle with a 4-5 length lead. Miss Nosy trying to bridge the gap on the outside, charging hard from second. Uphill Battle is 3 in front, and Miss Nosy closing on the far outside of 16 to go. Miss Nosy and Yomar Ortiz, an uphill battle. Miss Nosy wins it about a length. From uphill battle, then San Gregoria and Katie's Caddy and Maggie Wag. They are in the gate. And they are off. Zipping by and Shook with early speed. El Maxi there on the outside. Three of them going quick power line back fourth with the rail. Then Tightly Bridled is in fifth. Spoiled by God is next in sixth. Broad Axe Bernie. Quiet Canadian on the inside as they charge onto the far turn. And then Tuffy's Lucky to the back of the pack would take down Charlie. Back third last position. Legends Hope and Gator Boy shuffle back to last. Shook is the leader. Shook shakes away a length and a half from El Maxi, and Zipping by is in third. Tightly Bridled fourth, and Power Line is fifth as they move to the top of the lane. Spoiled by God and Broad Axe Bernie out to the center of the track. Into the stretch, a quarter of a mile to go to the second wire, and it's Shook still there. Shook with a 3-length lead. Shook's in front, Zipping by, shifting out under left-handed pressure, trying to make a charge at the leader. Then it's Tightly Bridled in the middle of the track in third, an eighth of a mile left to go. It's Shook trying to stay on. Shook trying to shake him up at 45-1. Shook is there. Shook and Zipping by. Shook zipping by. Shook zipping by. Shook zipping by. Tightly Bridled and Spoiled by God. Rail 17 feet of the bowl game turf course. And they're off. Solid break, and Emelina speeding up at the far outside. Pauline's Pride got a good break. Southern Equity right there, the second group. And Tap Diva now settles to the back of the pack, way back there now, as Tiz Duet moves forward and takes that third spot. Pauline's Pride is now in fourth near the inside, and they're followed by Royal Source, who's racing fifth in the two-path, and Good Roll will be 3 wide into the turn. Opie's going to be the one widest of them all around the first turn run. Tap Diva and trailing as Noor Ayun. Emelina setting that pace. It's a good one. Leads it by 2 lengths from Southern Equity. In third is Tiz Duet. In third, Tiz Duet is out in the clear. And it's another length and a half more. And Opie's on the far outside. Good Roll out there. 3 deep. Royal Source at the rail is Pauline's Pride, just biding time as well. And they're followed by Tap Diva and Noor Ayun. Only 7 lengths from first to last. A half mile left to go. And so it's Emelina the target. Leads it by 3 from Southern Equity, and then Tiz Duet third. Pauline's Pride is fourth. Royal Source called on for a little more run from fifth. Good Roll is under a full ride into the far turn run. Then Tap Diva, Noor Ayun. Opie's dropped out to last. Emelina still there and going strong, 2.5 or 3 in front as they move to the quarter pole. Southern Equity second. Pauline's Pride, then Royal Source is in fourth, and Tap Diva is now in between horses in fifth. They're into the stretch, furlong and a half left to go. Sheldon Russell wants another furlong now from Emelina. 4-length lead on Southern Equity, and Pauline's Pride charging hard into second, followed by Royal Source, just an even pace for the last furlong. It's Emelina who took them all the way. Emelina from Pauline's Pride, Royal Source, then Tap Diva or Southern Equity. One turn, 1 mile, second wire, the second line. And they're off. Chili Magician, quick away from the gate. Good boy Lucas, and here comes the Rail Cat Serenade moving up, and whoop-de-doo Charlie in the early mix on the outside. Argento will sit right off that early pace, and it's another 4 or 5 back. They're followed by What Gives. The rider has lost the irons there on What Gives. Out of the irons there is Taylor Hull on What Gives, drops to second last, and passed now by Mr. Henry Lee, who's now within 6 of the lead, and last is Too Awesome. So it is Cat Serenade up on the inside with Good Boy Lucas prompting the issue, and Chili Magician is in third. Whoop-de-doo Charlie racing fourth outside, and Argento is in fifth. Mr. Henry Lee is next in sixth, still has 5 to make up, but a long way to go. And Too Awesome, and still rider out of the irons on What Gives in last, with 3.5 furlongs left to go. Good boy Lucas trying to get to even terms at Cat Serenade. Cat Serenade still with that head in front, though, as they move to the long run home. Chili Magician is under pressure to stay on, and Too Awesome showing some interest now and coming alive. Here comes Too Awesome, who's charged into third and tipping just off that rail for that final quarter mile into the stretch. Good boy Lucas from Cat Serenade by a half length. Too Awesome still willing and charging third. They're down to that last 3/16 of a mile. Good boy Lucas from Cat Serenade down to the inside. Good boy Lucas, Cat Serenade. And Too Awesome continues a relentless rally on the inside. Too Awesome and Trevor McCarthy with a big stretch run to come through to win on the inside. Too Awesome. Too Awesome from Good Boy Lucas, almost 2 at the end. Cat Serenade was third. And then it was Mr. Henry Lee. And they're off. Clean break, an Indian box, and Orbit on the inside. Here's Against the Win in third. Outside is MC Squared coming to join the Speed Brigade. Next, Against the Win, who's followed by Vittorioso in between, and High Bar near the rail. And last is J Rock, will let the speed go on early. It is Indian Bucks in a real tussle with Orbit on the inside. MC Squared quickly on the outside, and MC Squared now the best of the 3 by ahead, with Orbit in second. Still battling there is Indian Bucks. And a length and a half, and Against the Win tries to advance from fourth, and Came Back is on the move from fifth, well wide, and High Bar is next, followed by J Rock and Vittorioso. They're into the stretch. MC Squared from Indian Bucks. MC Squared wanders to the middle of the course. Wide open space there for Against the Win, who comes barging on through, and also High Bar's got a chance. They're followed by Came Back through the final furlong. MC Squared still wandering wide, and J Rock on the far outside. J Rock, MC Squared, and J Rock to the second wire. J Rock up to win. MC Squared and Vittorioso was third. And they're off. 2-7 just to beat slow to begin. First to fire in Poco Loco flying out of there. South side strut is Balabusta away in good order in 4th position. And then it is back to Skip a Rock down to the inside. Next in Super Dawn. Now an opening for Multiflores. Charging on through to the inside. Multiflores worked up to the rail and 5 lengths from the front. In advance of Grand Lassie, then Morning Vow and Smooth Aster. And 'tis having a lot to do after that tardy start. It is first to fire and neck in front. Trolley outside Poco Loco and Southside Strut and Balabusta revving up on the far outside, and Multiflora's got a shot there in between horses, and down there saving ground is Grand Lassie. They're into the stretch, a quarter of a mile to go to the second wire. Poco Loco just ahead in front from first to fire, firing back, and Balabusta's pouncing on them on the outside. Balabusta now just in front from first to fire, and Poco Loco backs off third, and Southside Strut advancing, taking that third spot with a 16 to go. Then Grand Lassie, it's Balabusta and Southside Strut closing, and on the far outside Grand Lassie, Balabusta, Southside Strut, and close third there, first to fire and Grand Lassie in the show photo. That's a wrap for the 10-race program on Sunday afternoon at Laurel Park. We'll be back on the track Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 1:10 post time for our next live racing day, Friday, Saturday, and also Sunday, our weekend of action-packed thoroughbred racing here in Maryland. A reminder, a couple of days to put on your calendar, Commonwealth Day coming up on September the 24th, and Jim McKay Maryland Million Day, October 22nd. Go to laurelpark.com for all the details and information on Commonwealth Day on the 24th coming up next week, and Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on October 22nd. Thanks for watching the Sunday Replay Show.